Ever questioned why the cost of living seems to be an ever-increasing hurdle? Well, it's a concern that's resonating with millions worldwide. You see, we're currently in the midst of a cost of living crisis. That's right, a crisis. It's not just a catchy headline, it's a harsh reality for many. Now let's dissect this crisis a bit. What's causing it? Well, it's a cocktail of various factors. First and foremost, we have inflation. It's an economic term you've probably heard thrown around, but what it essentially means is that the value of your money is decreasing. With inflation, your dollar, pound or euro today won't buy you as much tomorrow. It's like a silent thief, stealthily eating away at your purchasing power. Then we have stagnant wages. Yes, despite the rising costs in virtually every aspect of living, many people's paychecks have remained the same. It's like being stuck in a boat while the water levels are rising. No matter how hard you paddle, you're simply not making progress. And let's not forget the rising costs of basic commodities. I'm talking about the necessities, the things we can't do without. Food, housing, healthcare, education. They're all becoming increasingly expensive, making it harder and harder for the average person to make ends meet. So we have this perfect storm of economic challenges. Inflation eroding our money's worth, wages that can't keep up, and the soaring costs of life's essentials. It's no wonder that the cost of living is becoming an insurmountable hurdle for many. But what if there was a different approach to this crisis, one that harnesses the power of inspiration? That's right, inspiration. It might seem like an odd concept to bring into an economic discussion, but stick with me. As we navigate through the stormy seas of this crisis, sometimes it's not about finding a way around the waves, but rather finding a way to ride them. Let's explore this together in the next scene. Have you ever considered the power of inspiration in navigating through life's challenges? This unseen force, often overlooked, holds a transformative power over human behavior and decision-making. It's like a spark that ignites the fuel within us, propelling us towards resilience and innovation. Let me take you on a journey through the realm of inspiration. It's a world where ordinary people do extraordinary things, where adversity is merely a hurdle and not a dead end. It's a world where the human spirit triumphs time and time again, fueled by the power of inspiration. Take the story of a woman named Sarah, a single mother struggling to keep her family afloat in the midst of a financial crisis. She was inspired by stories of people who started small businesses from their homes. This inspiration ignited a spark in her, leading her to start a home-based bakery. Today, her business is thriving, providing not just for her family but also contributing to her local economy. Or consider the story of Tom, a middle-aged man who lost his job during an economic downturn. Instead of succumbing to despair, he drew inspiration from stories of individuals who had reinvented their careers. He invested time in learning new skills, and today he's a successful freelance graphic designer. These stories underscore the transformative power of inspiration. They illustrate how inspiration can turn a crisis into an opportunity, how it can lead people to find solutions in the face of adversity. Inspiration is not a magic wand that makes problems disappear. Rather, it is a force that empowers us to confront our challenges head-on, to find ways to rise above them. In the context of the cost of living crisis, inspiration can be our guiding light. It can inspire us to be resourceful, to be resilient, to find innovative solutions to our financial challenges. It can motivate us to learn new skills, to explore new opportunities, to redefine our paths. Imagine if we could harness this power to tackle the cost of living crisis. Imagine the possibilities, the solutions, the triumphs that could emerge. Inspiration, the unseen force, is within our grasp. Let's embrace it, harness it, and let it guide us through our challenges. Scene script. Curious about how to apply this inspirational approach in your daily life? Let's not waste any time and dive into the practical steps you can take to use inspiration as a tool to navigate the cost of living crisis. Firstly, it's all about creative budgeting. Budgeting is not just about cutting costs and living on beans and toast. No, it's about making your money work for you. And that's where inspiration comes into play. You can find inspiration in the stories of people who have managed their finances effectively in times of hardship. Seek out these stories, learn from them, and apply the principles to your own situation. Remember, budgeting is not about restrictions. It's about freedom, the freedom to spend your hard-earned money on what truly matters to you. Secondly, find inspiration in frugal living. Now, this doesn't mean you have to give up all the good things in life. It's about being smart with your resources and finding joy in simplicity. For instance, consider cooking at home more often instead of eating out. You'll not only save money, but also discover the pleasure of creating your own meals, experimenting with flavors, and sharing your culinary creations with loved ones. Or how about opting for a walk in the park instead of a movie outing? You'll be surprised by the beauty you can find in everyday life when you start to look for it. Thirdly, use inspired ideas for additional income streams. In this age of the internet, there are countless opportunities to generate income from your skills and passions. Are you good at writing? Consider starting a blog or offering freelance writing services. Do you have a knack for crafting? Why not sell your creations online? Or maybe you're fluent in a second language. You could offer language lessons or translation services. The possibilities are truly endless. Remember, it's not just about making more money. It's about doing what you love and finding fulfillment in it. And when you're passionate about what you do, you'll be more motivated to work hard, and the financial rewards will follow. Change is never easy, and it's natural to feel overwhelmed in times of crisis. But it's in these challenging times that we can tap into our greatest source of inspiration. It's about adopting a positive mindset, being creative with our resources, and finding joy and fulfillment in the simple things in life. So, start today. Take these practical steps, let inspiration guide you, and watch as you turn this crisis into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. The beauty of inspiration is that it is limitless and can be applied to any situation, including this crisis. And remember, as you navigate through this journey, you're not alone. We're all in this together, learning, growing, and inspiring each other along the way. Ever wondered about the ripple effects of your inspired actions? Imagine a pebble tossed into a calm pond. The moment it breaks the surface, it creates a ripple. A single simple action initiates a series of effects that radiate outward, touching everything in its path. This is what inspiration can do. When we use inspiration to navigate the cost of living crisis, we're not just making changes for ourselves. We're launching a ripple effect that has the potential to touch countless lives beyond our own. The first ripple is the creation of a positive mindset. By using inspiration to fuel our actions, we're choosing optimism over despair, light over darkness. This positive mindset doesn't just improve our outlook on life, it can also influence those around us. The second ripple is the inspiration of others. When we act out of inspiration, we motivate others to do the same. We become living proof that it's possible to rise above the crisis, to find joy and meaning despite the challenges. The third ripple is fostering a more sustainable lifestyle. By making inspired choices, we encourage sustainability. We learn to live within our means, to appreciate what we have, and to make the most of our resources. So, you see, inspiration isn't just about us. It's about the ripples we create, the lives we touch, the changes we inspire. Inspiration is a powerful tool that can not only help you, but also those around you. So, could inspiration truly be our lifeline in the cost of living crisis? Indeed, inspiration is not just a fleeting feeling, it's a catalyst, a force that propels us forward. As we navigate the choppy waters of this cost of living crisis, let's not forget the power of inspiration. It can be the beacon of light guiding us through the darkest of times. We've discussed the practical steps we can take, from budgeting to seeking support. But remember, these steps are not just about surviving the crisis. They're about thriving, about finding new ways to live and grow despite the challenges. And that's where inspiration comes into play. When we're inspired, we're not just going through the motions, we're actively seeking solutions, looking for opportunities, and finding the strength to adapt and overcome. It's inspiration that fuels our creativity, sparks our innovation, and drives our resilience. Consider the ripple effects of this approach. When we harness the power of inspiration, we're not just improving our own lives, we're setting an example, encouraging others to do the same. We're creating a wave of positivity and resilience that can help us all weather this storm. So no matter how daunting the cost of living crisis may seem, remember this. Inspiration isn't just a nice to have, it's a must have. It's our lifeline. Remember, in the face of a crisis, inspiration can be your most powerful ally. Harness it and watch the transformation unfold.